The following video contains spoilers for specific in-game moments with certain endgame bosses, and obviously should be not watched if you are new to the game, because there are lots of references in Square Enix's own write-up for this merchandise that are included with this that spoil several key moments that are pivotal moments in the storyline, so please click off this if you do not wish to see this. Hello and welcome back to another unboxing then. This is one I've been very much looking forward to since we could pre-order this. Obviously I've been hyped. The first wave of these are finally out. This is the Meister or Meister quality Zodiark Hydaelyn statue. As you can see there, you can pause if you want to read the in-game sort of write-up that they have explaining what this figure is on the lovely opening door with Velcro on it. But we're here to see the actual statue and look at the emote as well. I was actually very pleased with this one. It seems they've upped their game in terms of the actual parcel being supported properly, and of course the packaging is lovely. They've gone to a great length to make sure, or at least try to make sure, that things arrive in one piece. Your actual code for the minion is just underneath that flap that I tapped on, that we fast forward past. You're not having my code. Inside then, we have obviously got the package, which has got this sort of like, what did they call this? Blister packaging, where they pop together. There's also some sellotape you have to cut, and inside is the statue. And oh boy, it is a behemoth of a statue. Well, not literally. It's actually the eldest and strongest of all primals. I like these little extra wingtip pieces of plastic as well. There's some on the base I had to take off. There's a lot of packaging on this. You've got to be very, very careful and be quite nimble with your fingers. My fingers are quite thick, so it took me a while to actually finagle them off. But look at that. Isn't that just brilliant? And honestly, a lot of the skepticism I had for the faces has been completely dismissed. Zodiark looks absolutely amazing there with the horns, the detail and the shading, you know, the sort of airbrush sort of technique, however they finish this off, the painting is really good. I'm not sure if a white spatter on the wings on the inside there on Zodiark's wing is intentional or not. Presumably it's to look like stars, but looks pretty cool. And Hydaelyn's face isn't that bad in person. Hopefully it comes across on this video not looking as bad as maybe the Omega model. A lot of people have criticisms about the faces from these statues, but not me, actually. This one is definitely a lot better. The blade then, which you also see on the emote there, the Divine Blade, looking amazing. She's got the halo at the top. And of course, so does Zodiark around the side there. It would be really cool if those items glowed in the dark, but sadly they do not. Zodiark is really the big sort of centerpiece for me though on this entire model. He looks just amazing with the chopped off limbs there and the three remaining sort of clawed hands, and he just looks perfect. The back of the model is quite nicely detailed as well. Nice sort of spray across this, quite even, and the wings are incredibly detailed. There's a lot of parts on this. I've seen people post horror pictures on Reddit already of things being dropped in shipping, and unfortunately bits of wing being chopped off. They've done a good job with the packaging, so hopefully your postal service gets it to you in one piece, like mine somehow managed to do this time. Honestly, not too bad. I think it came with DHL, so not too bad, honestly. There's a orange for sort of scale. We were next to a fruit bowl. I thought that would be a good reference, honestly, without having to get the other statues out there. I also have a banana. I thought this would probably be perfection, and it turns out, you know, one of the life goals that you need to have in life is to find someone that looks at you the same way that Zodiark looks at fruit.
Give unto me your fruits, let me unmake it, then I shall be free.
He's big enough that he can hold a banana. Not that that was really adding anything to the video, I just thought it would be entertaining. But yeah, it's quite a nice support. The criticism I do have is Zodiark's body sort of cuts off at some point, and there's quite a thin section connecting it to the base, which does wobble around a bit. They actually put a bit of plastic in there to cushion it in shipping, which I've taken out obviously because it's packaging, but he looks absolutely awesome. And for the most part, I don't think I'm really going to see that little stem that connects him. But you've got to be extra special careful with this one. All of these statues are quite fragile, but they are very cool things and a very nice luxury item. But yeah, I honestly think this is a really good statue. and they've come a long way, honestly, especially from the Omega statue. So let's go in the game and look at Ballroom Etiquette Apocalyptic Charades. So here we are in the game. This is the emote that comes with it, or I should say it's a very expensive emote that comes with a free piece of plastic statue. That's the running gag. But yeah, the emote is account bound thanks to a lot of criticism that Square Enix received. They went back and made it so it's account bound. This is an illustrated manual detailing the steps required to produce a convincing facsimile of Hydaelyn's world-ending strike, used to learn the Exodus emote. So this is what it looks like then. As you can see, it looks amazing. You summon the Blade of Light, you strike the floor, you jump up after the circle has been summoned, you plunge it back down and erupt. And then you've got this lovely sort of AFK pose as well. It is actually in the special section. It is a persistent emote. Unlike the footage that was originally shown on Square Enix's own site, it will be found next to all of the others if you have the other statue emotes. The only one I'm missing is Odin, sadly. Hopefully they do that again. And it's /Sundering or /Exodus, or you can press the button if you want to macro this to stuff. A lot of people are going to macro this to change gear sets, no doubt. I love when animations like this have a bit where your character goes off screen, like when she jumps in the air there. That's a perfect time for you to swap gear sets. There's a lot of really cool transformation macros that exist out there that this would suit perfectly. The Blade of Light then is actually a physical thing. Even in G-Pose, when you pan around, it doesn't disappear, unlike all of the other special effects that are added to this, like the spell effects and things. And yeah, honestly, it's kind of cool just to see in motion, and I wish that the persistent side of it had a bit more of a glow to it. Obviously, the blade is based off of the Bastard Sword, which is the Divine Bastard Sword of Light, which also came with a shield from Hydaelyn on Extreme Mode difficulty, if you want to go get that. And if you happen to have that sword and you're a paladin, then essentially you can look like you're dual wielding these, which is quite cool. Shields on your back, though, because of the pose, are tilted forward slightly, or at least they are on my character. So there's a little bit of hitchiness there, but of course we can always hide shields, and I think most people will probably have their weapons turned off. The best thing about this then, like I say, is it's obviously acquirable on your alts, and if you have alts like I do for various things, it's just nice to have this account bound so that any character you've created or any future character you do create will have this sent to their Mulk mail. It looks pretty cool. There doesn't seem to be any differences in pose or animation depending on race. And in the dark, it looks especially just, whoa, you can see this from a mile away. The spinning sort of effects on the floor there, the eruption of light. And the weapon itself just glows beautifully, as do the real weapons from the Extreme fight, which obviously share the same model as this. It's just, all in all, a really great emote. I'm very happy that this one was obviously given to us. I wish things like this were obtainable in the game, and I also wish if they are going to add them to statues and things, it would be really nice if some of the older ones were cycled into the store. But again, these are exclusives. They're an extra if you want to purchase a plastic statue. Then obviously the emote comes with that, or vice versa, however you want to see this. We're looking in G-Pose here, pausing time to give you a good idea of all the sorts of pictures that you'd be able to take. All different freeze frames, which obviously a lot of people will try to do for pictures and things. I'll probably end up using this for thumbnails. Your character is shrouded in darkness at certain points as well. If you turn off the battle effects, you'll be able to have your character shrouded in shadow as well. It's just a really cool AFK emote as well, isn't it, really? You're going AFK in style at this point. You explode with light and people look at you and then you're just floating there, which is very similar, obviously, the persistent side of it, to the Omega emotes where the blades do the same thing. But, you know, this one is obviously Hydaelyn related. So whilst there are some similarities, there are certainly a lot of differences as well. Let me know what you think about these statues. You the sort of person that gets them like me when they're available? Like I say, I hope that one day they do a reissue of the Odin one. I would love to get the Zantetsuken emote. That's the only one I don't have, and the only statue I don't have. But anyway, hopefully this was interesting. If you're on the fence about buying this one, there is a second wave available, which should ship for October. Anyway, much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.